Captain on the bridge.
Alright, Captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over on the Star Trek Online X feed, so on screen. Yes, Captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button to help this video, but to also help the overall channel out. Of course, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now that said, here we go. Yes, Captains, some things to go over. So 2 ECs will be dropped, and then we'll give our conclusions at the end. So the only thing here on the X feed is this. So the Phoenix Prize Pack event returns to Star Trek Online on PC tomorrow at the drop of this video, with new items added. Claim your free daily pack in game. So that's actually pretty crazy, because I thought they're never going to add any more to it, but they're going to keep on doing it. So that is awesome. So let's go see what's in the pack, what they added. So Phoenix Prize Pack event. So on PC, so this definitely will go to the console bridge in probably a couple weeks or so. Claim a free pack every day for great prizes, including 8 newcomers. So we're launching, my apologies. So we're launching a special event with the Phoenix Prize Pack on PC. So from February 27th, it goes until March 5. So you'll be able to pick up a free Phoenix Prize Pack from Grim Androzana Station or Ona on Deep Space Nine once per day. These prize packs contain the prizes of the past, allowing you access to the weapons, items, and ships you may have missed over the years in Star Trek Online. This time around, there are multiple new additions to the prize list. Everyone's favorite trader Mudd has generously agreed to move some of his precious items into the Phoenix Prize Pack permanently. So that's good. That's a good thing. You can see a full list of prizes contained within, including the Benton Assault Cruiser. Phoenix Prize Pack is a special pack purchased with dilithium or obtained for free during the event. And mind you, it's only 1 box per day, or at least 1 box per 20 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Opening grants you a token of 1 of 5, only 4. 3 now, I think. No, 4. Rarities, and you can redeem that token for a list of prizes on that rarity tier. But that's not all. During the limited time event, the experimental starship upgrade tokens are returning to Phoenix Prize Pack. You'll be able to exchange Phoenix Prize Pack tokens for a single experimental ship upgrade in the following amounts. So, for 5 ultra rares, you get the 1. For 20 very rare, you get the 1, and then 100 rare. So again, here are the tiers. So there's epic, that's 1, ultra 2, very rare 3, and rare 4. So there's only 4 tiers. So they need to change that. But anyways, we're going in. So here's a full list of the prizes you can win by rarity. Now we've already made a video on our recommendations, so we'll probably link that in the end card. But we'll just go through it quickly here, especially the new one. So the new one again is the Benton Assault Cruiser. So this is this ship right here, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this thing is flying backwards or something. So I'm just to let you know, guys, I'm not a huge fan of the ship, so I don't have it, and that's okay. But here are the stats for it. It is a 4-4, so it's kind of a cruiser, and it is a intel ship. But station-wise, it only has Lieutenant Intel science. Now, if that's been updated, Captains, if you know, let me know in the comments below, because again, I don't have the ship. But if you're a Voyager fan, but also if you're a Benton fan, well then there you go. This is going to be now in the Phoenix Prize Pack as the new epic reward right there. But from this epic tier, as I always have made the same recommendation, I'll keep doing so, is the Bajoran Interceptor, or the Domino Console. That does wonders for builds, especially if it's a beam builds, cannon builds. I use it on that all the time, especially most favorable to phasers. So keep that in mind. Ultra Rare got the bulk of it. So what's new? So first up is Molor's Flaming Sword. Yes, it's this right here. Molor's Flaming. Oh, going back to the Benton, this thing was released back in 2014. Wow, that did blew my mind. Forgot to cover that. But going back here to Molor's Flaming Sword, there it is. It's kind of cool. I think this blog used to have like a GIF for it, but now it's like gone. Now this was a prize back in 2020. Now, this prize, though, was something that, again, for free for an event, but this is what you got, and it's a pretty cool looking sword. Is it worth it to use it? Well, if you have a KDF character and you want just a big honking sword, well, then there you go. I personally don't like melee combat in Star Trek Online, or ground combat, melee in particular, of course. It just is very clunky, especially if you have like an auto. But it just doesn't work for me personally. But this is gonna make sure your KDF looks good when it's on the ground. So there is that. And of course, this came into the game, I believe, back in 2020 as well. Or in 2020, I should say. So there's that. And I think this is definitely one of the strongest recommendations I have for this, which is the Holo Enterprise crew, which is right here. And of course, it's all of, well, not all, but the majority of the crew minus Kirk. It'd be nice if we had to get Kirk, but this is what you get. You get Chekhov, Bones, of course, Janice, Montgomery Scott, Spock, Hikaru, and Uhura. Now, I got this from a good friend years ago with 40 keys. Had I known then, I would have held on to those keys, but I don't regret it. It is on my TOS tune. It's just nice to have. And of course, with some of our older Star Trek stars passing away, it's just great to have them as part of your bridge crew. So that's why I love this, and why I strongly do recommend getting this for your TOS tune. If you have one, or if you're going to make one, why not? So one of the best recommendations I'll have there. And it's only ultra rare. I get ultra rares pretty often. Epics, not a lot, but ultra rares, I do. So there's that. The next is the console, the Voth Power Sub-Core, which is that thing. You've probably seen this flying around with some captains. This was, of course, a reward from back in 2020 again, Onto the Breach. It's okay. I mean, it's not really realistic to me to have in space. It just literally flies around and shoots stuff. So now it's okay. Like I said, now this does have a passive boost when you do slot it in your ship or on your ship. The passive boost is Starship shield capacity and an amount of shield hardness which scales up the current remaining hull capacity is depleted during combat. Not the best thing, but sure. So if that's something that interests you, well then there you go. An additional space pet. If you want to increase the space pets you have, well then there you go. You can use that if you so choose. Next up is the .7 utility drone, which is this thing, which is, I believe, a play on R2-D2 from another galaxy far away, just because of the color scheme. Now, when I first saw this in Discovery, I was just not impressed. I really wasn't. I'm like, we didn't see this at all up to that point. And of course, Discovery at that time when they showed this was before TOS. So this didn't make sense, and this sort of concept of drones fixing a ship is from that Star Wars. So again, it wasn't really the best thing. I have it on some of my tunes because it's a Discovery theme tune, but this was a reward and I don't really use it a lot, I'm not going to lie. But this thing, it came into game back in 2020 as well, for that event here, the Binary Stars one. But if you want more ground pets, well then there you go, there's also that for you. Now, well, what does it do? Well, it is, there you go, the charm of the aging Starfleet .7 drone design is not lost on many modern captains. At this point, replica units utilizes its likeness have become quite popular amid the resurgence of interest in mid-23rd century designs as a whole. So what does it do? Well, it is a drone fabrication. Allow you to assist you. It will periodically attempt to cripple and damage resistance, damage output, and or movement speed of nearby enemies by using fused armor and or weapons malfunction. Again, It's okay. And you get a vanity pet, I believe. If that's it. Is that a pet? Maybe just a pet. Utility drone. No, it's a utility drone. So it would be this, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if you get that though, but again, I used it on that tune like I mentioned. I would not recommend it to use unless you have some spare tokens laying around and you really want to play up your discovery tune. Well, then there you go. That's going to be available to you. Next up is a Prior's World Satellite of Doom. That's quite the name for that, which is this over here. I do have this on my alt characters as just a console. It's nothing special, but it does tractor beam any nearby enemy, so that's kind of useful. So it takes some heat off of you, but it also gives you a passive boost to directed energy damage and weapon power cost. So if you have nothing that helps those two things, well then here is a great placeholder. And again, if you have the spare tokens, is this something I would really recommend? Not really, again, unless you have spare tokens. And then the last thing in the Ultra that they added was the Nanopulse War Targ Ground Combat Pet. Now, these are these things I didn't even hesitate. I know I said earlier that I'm not much of a ground captain, but just to see these guys and just have them running around, especially this guy, that's awesome. Now, it's actually from the same event as the Molar Sword. It's fun. You can actually have two of them on the map at the same time. And if you bought the one from the C store, well, you can keep going back and forth because you can have two of them. It's actually pretty cool. So, or is it? No, they're one and the same, I think. Because on my actual bar, there I have two. Yeah, I think you can buy the flame one in the store. And then the Nanopulse was the one that you got for the event reward. So I didn't hesitate. I really didn't. It's just nice cool to have them. But if you love ground pet builds and you want to just see how many pets you can summon on ground, well, there you go. I do recommend this because I think they're cool. How much damage they do, I'm not sure. Like I said, I just think they're awesome. So that's for the ultra rare. And lastly, and I actually am going to totally recommend this too as well, the Starfleet 2399 uniform. I get a lot of very rares too. So that's this right here. This is the uniform used in Star Trek Picard. As you can see, our Captain Riker here using. So we got this for free, and it was something I definitely updated a couple of my characters on because I actually do like the uniform. So I'm glad they're putting it in the actual Phoenix prize pack now for good. So highly recommended if you especially are making tunes based on the Picard era. So it looks good. I think the cut's good. You only get the top. There's no pants, but you can just get any black pants and it'll work fine for you. So there's that. That is the new additions here to the actual pack. And of course, if anything, you get the free one per day. And always highly recommended Phoenix Tech upgrades for your gear. So the high recommendations I have definitely for this are TOS crew and that 2399 uniform because it just looks pretty cool. So that's good. I hope they just keep adding more stuff to the Phoenix prize pack, and porting things over from the Mud Store I think is a great idea. You lose, okay, you do lose the account unlock feature as opposed to buying it from the Muds because it is only a single character unlock, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Because for me personally, whenever I get goodies, it's always on my one tune anyways, which is usually my main, so he gets all the toys. But if you're a captain that likes to dress up your other captains on your account, well, then maybe that's something to think about. But now, again, these things have now come to the Phoenix prize pack permanently from the Mud Store. So an awesome addition, a welcomed addition, and I hope they keep this regular. Like at least update the Phoenix prize pack, I don't know, 2-3 times a year. I don't think that's a lot to ask for, in all honesty. So, captains, let me know below. What are you going to be getting, if at all, from this new items from the Phoenix prize pack. So there's that. That is all from the Star Trek X feed, unless we'll do a quick refresh. Nope, that is all. We're going to head over to Stow Reddit because it wasn't mentioned actually in the Stow X feed, which is this. Save 25% on keys and keyring bundle. This was a day ago, so we're a little late on this. My apologies. In real life duty sometimes pulls us away. But here you go. Save 25% on keys and key ring bundle on PC. So this already started, but you still have until the 27th, which is tomorrow, the drop of this video, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So 25% on keys, that's not a bad deal. And then of course you also get the chance to get the keyring bundle, which does come with a automatic ultimate tech upgrade. So for me personally, I recommend buying keys if you're going to buy them anyways, but not to open them any lockboxes. I recommend buying them to sell them on the exchange once the sale is over. Why? Well, because with a sale you get a lot more supply, and waiting after the sale is the best way to get more EC in your bank account. So again, buy the keys, wait for the sale to be over, put them on the exchange, rinse and repeat until you have enough EC. And that is a guaranteed way to buy those really expensive ships, which are the T6 premium ships on the exchange, if they're there. But regardless, it's a great way to build up your EC as well. And I will state this again, with keys, it's not a guaranteed that you will get the ship from the box that you're opening it from. More of a guarantee if you have the EC from selling the keys to get the ship that you want. So there you go, Captains. Just a video on the latest there. So do us a favor, hit the like button, comment below again, and let me know if you're going to grab anything from the Phoenix prize pack, or maybe your recommendations from the Phoenix prize pack. I'd like to know. And of course, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the YouTube Bridge, and we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.